Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the first 3 months of 2021. We're going to take a look at your main energies here with this main spread, and then we are going to clarify at the end with the Lenormand and see what additional details want to come up for you here, Aquarius. Also, make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you here. It's been interesting. This is what I'll say to you, Aquarius. I've done about half the readings so far, actually a little bit more than half of the readings. The tower has come up a lot. Luckily for you, the tower is coming up in your past position here. So, to me, it makes perfect sense with this card right here. You have the ears wide open card. I feel like for you, this is just saying, pay attention to the warning signs with this energy. This card just says pay attention to what's going on around you, and I feel like you will be fine as long as you do that. You have the Judgment card, the Tower, and the Lovers here. Number one, to me, the Judgment card with the Tower is like a major wake-up call, and there are obviously some major changes coming in for you. So you could be having some major revelations in your life at this time. And I would say these are positive revelations is what I'm looking for, mostly because of this Ace of Swords here. And again, we're going to clarify at the end, but the Ace of Swords is kind of like inspiration or being inspired by something. So I feel like you could be feeling very inspired to do something like new in your life. This could represent someone trying to come back from the past, but you go Judgment, Knight of Cups to the Five of Pentacles. It's like someone is telling you, I do feel like some of you could be, I feel like this has already happened, is what I'm going to say to you, Aquarius. I feel like someone is telling you that they have changed, or that they have done work. For some of you, I literally feel like this person has gone to like therapy and things like that. The problem is, I don't think they have changed. You have this round and round card with the Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups here. So I do feel for some of you, I feel like you're saying that card is speaking to me through you. Like, I feel like that card is you. I feel like you are saying, I'm not going to keep living this same story. I'm not going to keep living this same cycle with this person. And like I said, for some of you, I literally feel like someone has like tried to change. I just feel like they can't for whatever reason. So that could be what this past tower moment situation is for you here, Aquarius. So definitely something you could be dealing with. For others, I feel like you're discovering your true purpose. Again, to me, the Judgment card is your true purpose, your true inner calling. The Tower could be a surprise. What else is really interesting about your reading here is Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles in the middle. It's like, it's almost like one of those moments in your life here, Aquarius, where it's like you realize what you have to do, but maybe there's a little bit of sadness because you're having to leave something else behind. Or I do get this feeling that maybe you're having to start over. But again, you're heading towards the Ten of Pentacles. You're heading towards some major change, something that you truly desire. So what the hell does that mean? It's like, well, maybe you have a dream job, or maybe you are going to be getting a dream job, but maybe you have to move, or maybe you have to travel. The Tower card is a card of moving. So some of you could be feeling like maybe you have to move, and maybe there's some sadness attached to that with these two fives, because it's like you're going to be leaving people behind. Maybe you have been working on a business for 20 years, for a long time, and it's like maybe you're sacrificing that business to go on to the next stage of your life, or to start a new business that's going to be a lot better. So I feel like there's something really good, a really positive change. But I do feel also like a little bit of sadness that you're kind of leaving something behind. I don't think it's a bad thing. Again, I feel like everybody kind of feels that type of energy. Again, for others, I feel like you're just maybe also leaving behind a relationship. And it's like maybe there was love there. Maybe you still have love for that person. But it's like kind of like I feel this need to kind of grow. And maybe you were dealing with a person who's just not growing with this energy here. You have this change card, definitely a positive card. Also, I'm noticing the white horse on this change card. There's a white horse on the Knight of Cups, which we're going to talk about in just a second. So I do feel for a lot of you, you are moving towards some sort of dream or some sort of dream life. You have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords, major victory coming in for you here. This Four of Pentacles, again, there's a lot here about needing to let go of where you have always been. Four of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups is your dreams. This could be a knight in shining armor. I definitely feel love for you here, Aquarius, and we're going to clarify this with the Lenormand, like I said, and we're going to see what comes up, but I definitely feel there's love coming in for you. But the Knight of Cups is also your dreams. He's normally looking into that cup and he is dreaming about all the things that he wants to accomplish or all the things that he wants to do. But he's like not really taking action here on something. It's like there's water in front of him and he's not moving forward. I feel for some of you, this reading is saying, do not miss out on something. I feel like you need to get moving towards something here. It wouldn't really surprise me if when we use the Lenormand, if you got the fox represents needing to not trick yourself out of something. It's like there's something that could be really good for you. And I feel like this is saying don't miss out on it with this Five of Pentacles. But again, we're gonna have to get more detail on that. The Four of Pentacles is a card of like needing to let go of what no longer serves you. He's holding on very tightly onto things, but I do feel like they need to open up here. I do not personally read the Four of Pentacles as a card of greed. I know a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But to me, the Four of Pentacles is actually a card of alignment. His head and his heart are in alignment. And, they're basically, when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. So I feel that for a lot of you, this is more talking about alignment. And here you go, right here, Ace of Swords, a victory. The sword is above the mountains on this card. So I feel like you can be achieving a lot. So how do you do that? I feel like your head and your heart need to become one. I feel like if there's anything in your life that's out of balance, I just feel like it's just not going to work. I said this, and Pisces had a very similar reading. Again, if you're like a Pisces rising, or if you have Pisces in your chart, or if you were born close to Pisces, I would definitely watch the Pisces reading because they had a very similar reading to you, Aquarius. And what I feel is like if something is going to work for you, it's going to work very quickly. I feel like it's not going to require work. Again, same thing in love. It's like you could be holding on to someone where it's like they're saying they're changing, but they're not, and it's just not going to work. So I feel like for some of you, this is you realizing that. I feel like you are realizing this. Like I don't have to tell you this because of the Ace of Swords. It's like you know where your victory is. I feel like you are moving towards bigger victories with that Ace of Swords energy. You have this round and round card. Like I said, I feel like this is you speaking with this card here. I feel like you're saying you can't keep going round and round with a person in particular. For others, again, it doesn't have to be love. This could be like a job, or maybe it's like some other situation. But you have the Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and you have the Five of Cups here. Again, I feel like you need to see something here with this Five of Cups. Five of Cups, there are these three cups spilt over here, but if he were to just turn around, he would see these two cups, but he wouldn't just be seeing those two cups. And he's not just sad because of these three cups here. He is sad because he feels like he can't cross this river, Knight of Cups right here. And it's like he feels like he can't cross this river to get to this castle. But if he were just to turn around and look at what he does have, and he would see this bridge that leads to this castle over here, and he would easily be able to get to that castle. So I feel like for some of you, and this is what's inside of that castle, Ten of Pentacles, probably like all the treasures that you've ever imagined in your entire life, everything that you want. Ten of Pentacles to me is a tree of life. It is like everything you have, everything you desire in your life. But I feel like you need to turn around and see it with this energy. I really feel like you are waking up to this though. Like if you're in a situation where it's like you can't, where someone isn't changing, I feel like you're seeing something else. For some of you, I'm wondering if you're dealing with two people. I'm wondering if this is a choice here, Aquarius, like one person isn't changing, and I feel like the other person is kind of like really a very good person for you with this Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like you need to see that. It's like you have something here, and it's very special with this Ten of Pentacles, but I feel like you need to see it for some reason. It could be you. By the way, you could be dealing with a person who's dealing with another person. I would say you probably know about it. And it's almost like this, it's like they're not seeing that you are the knight in shining armor or whatever you want to call it. So kind of like a weird reading. But okay, let's go with it. Let's clarify this. Thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Of course, watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you. Also, feel free to leave a like. Really appreciate all the support. But you have the Ten of Clubs here. This is called the Bear. You have the Two of Diamonds here. Two of Diamonds is actually a really good card. It's a card of settlements. So I like to see that. And you have the Jack of Diamonds here. Definitely cutting something out. Definitely a sacrifice going on here. The Ten of Clubs, the Bear is like a lot of burdens. It can represent being burdened or feeling like you're kind of dealing with some overbearing energy, kind of like the Ten of Wands in the tarot. But the Bear is actually a card of learning. So, and it is a card of great progress as well. So I feel like you could be making great progress. Two of Diamonds, again, is really just a playing card. To me, it represents like a perfect match between you and something else. So this could be a job coming in for you at this time if you're looking for a job. It is also the card of settlements as well. It's very interesting interesting that it's coming up with Judgment, the Tower, with the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. This could be like a settlement in a court case, or could be an insurance payout. So anything that it would be considered a settlement is what this could be right here. It could come in as quite a surprise. So this could be a good surprise. It could be money coming in that you need, basically, with that energy. Again, the Scythe here, this is like cutting something out with the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like some of you are making a sacrifice here. Let's see what comes up in your middle row. You have the Four of Spades here, the Seven of Clubs, very slow progress, and the King of Hearts here. The King of Hearts is your true home, The King of Hearts is called the house, and it represents safety, security, comfort, protection. The Castle right here on this card, Aquarius, represents safety, security, comfort, protection. So I feel like the truth. It's like where your happiness is with that King of Hearts energy. I feel like it's just been very slow. Four of Pentacles, you have the Mice here, the Seven of Clubs. The Mice represents very slow progress, like things moving forward very, very slowly, maybe because of a lot of burdens here. I do feel if this is a love that you've been trying to move towards, it's like maybe you've been trying to move towards a specific person, but maybe you have a lot of responsibilities with that Ten of Clubs. Maybe you have certain things that you want to take care of, or you're just not ready yet. Or this could be a person you're dealing with. That Ten of Wands is, the Ten of Clubs, it's a good card, but it can represent like having a lot of things to deal with to be able to achieve some sort of dream with the Knight of Cups. So, very slow energy. Going from the Bear to the Mice like this is like very slow, and we're going to get a clarifier for right here in just a second. You have the Six of Hearts. Amazing. Total turnaround. The Six of Hearts represents an obstacle being removed from your life. I'm trying to get this out here, Aquarius, but it's like there's something you see that you want, right, in this whole reading. But I feel like there are just a lot of little things sprinkled in here that are preventing you from getting or that have prevented you for a long time from getting what you want. It's like maybe you see someone as your true love, but maybe you can't get to them for whatever reason. And that's popping into my head. This Six of Hearts says things are changing over the next 3 months. Six of Hearts is a turnaround. And not only that, Six of Hearts is called the Star, and it represents obstacles being removed from your path. So it's kind of like saying maybe you tried to do something in the past, you bumped up against an obstacle, and it's like now those obstacles are being removed. So really, actually, quite a good card to get there, and a card of a total turnaround. Love it. You have the Seven of Hearts, the tree. The Seven of Hearts is like building a family tree, so it can represent having a family. Next to the Ten of Pentacles, really positive. You could be building a family, starting a family, looking to start a family, looking to get married, anything like that. It's also a card of reunion. It can represent just like going back to your roots. So I do feel like some of you could be doing that. We're actually going to talk more about that in a second. And your outcome is the Five of Clubs, going on adventure. I feel like that's what you need to do. 10 of Clubs to the 7 of Clubs to the 5 of Clubs, right? 5 of Clubs is a card I used to call Indiana Jones. It basically says when all else fails, go on some sort of crazy adventure to find answers. I call this card Indiana Jones because it's like, Indiana Jones, if you don't know, in the movies, it's a movie about a guy who, kind of goes through some crazy temples and things like that to find treasure. So I feel for a lot of you, going on crazy adventures will probably lead to major success. I want to get a little bit more clarity here for you, Aquarius. You have the Magician here. Use your powers of manifestation to get what you want. The King of Diamonds. Yeah, this is like true love here. The Four of Swords, something you've waited for a long time. It's like I feel like you've been hoping for a blessing. You've been hoping to be blessed with something here so that you can have this. King of Diamonds, or the King of Pentacles is, kind of permanent love or permanent commitment. The Magician is pointing to this deck here, so we'll take it. Time to go. So the Magician is a card of a new beginning. The Time to Go card is kind of like a card of being in purgatory. It's kind of like a card of being between two worlds in a lot of ways. And it just says you need to kind of run down here to this door that's way down here, and you need to open up to a new life. I really feel like you have a choice. I feel like we all have a choice. I don't really feel that tarot should say you have to, move on from the past. You have to do this. We don't have to do anything. So let's get that out of the way right now. And, this is a judgment-free zone. So if you want to stay where you are, that is perfectly fine. And that is just part of your journey, right? And there are no judgments in that. But you have the Four of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I feel like that sums up your reading. It's like saying you don't have to stay where you have always been with that Four of Pentacles. You can have your 10 of Pentacles. I just feel like it involves maybe letting go of a past relationship, or moving on from something from the past, doing something new. Leo gets very similar readings to you, Aquarius. And Leo is your opposite sign. And, I'm always telling Leo that, like, starting a new job, starting a new business, something like that, or starting a new relationship is going to open up a new world for you. And that's what I feel for you here, Aquarius. So, pretty decent reading. Again, the readings for the first 3 months have me a little bit on edge, I'm not going to lie. Mostly because the Tower keeps coming up. I would keep your head on straight. Again, having said everything, I'm looking at the Tower now as some sort of warning in these first 3-month readings, these first quarter readings, because it has literally come up for like all but one sign so far out of all 8 signs that I've read for so far. So like 7. And so I would pay attention to warning signs. I would pay attention to your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, I would pay attention to that. Again, I don't want to say that I'm a little bit worried, but in the past, when I've had repeating cards like this, like the Tower, like usually something in the world happens. So, I would, keep your head on straight, pay attention. If something doesn't feel right, pay attention to it. Pay attention to the warning signs as well. If you see something, say something, right, with the Tower and all that other stuff. But other than that, pretty good reading. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this over the next first quarter, whatever you want to call it. And make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate all the support. But thank you, Aquarius, and definitely I will see you in the next video.